Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Isabella Banks YouTube channel. I'm Wheezy, and as always, it is great to be here with you this evening. Guys, we have got a lot to dive into. What got the British media spinning on their heads once again? You know, it can't be anything other than Meghan Markle's Netflix show with Love Meghan. They have gathered all their black ops agents, and the with Love Meghan is officially under attack by the usual suspects. And honestly, is giving the PR black ops. The difference is that we can now see all the players quite clearly. How about you guys? Am I the only one? It just seems to me that I can see everything more clearly now, especially since Blake Lively's lawsuit. It just seems like I can see all the players more clearly now. When I'm getting ready to prepare for my videos, I usually start from all the forums because that's where they start from, and they start sending all the information they want spread to their syndicate. And we can see, actually, I can actually see the trail now. They go from, anyway, let me not bore you with all of that. But do you guys see what I'm seeing? Before we continue, let me say hello to everyone in the chat. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Gwen. What's this about eggs being expensive? Oh, oh. Hi, Yalibi. How are you all doing? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing, or is it just me? Anyway, let's continue. I'm not going to keep you on here for long as usual. Just to talk about an idea I had while I was watching all of this play out in the media. Let's start with Exhibit A, shall we? The biggest offender of at the moment is the Daily Mail, and they have come out swinging. When I say they've come out swinging, believe me, they brace yourself for this headline. Jan Moore, you know, Meghan's number one, she has written the most ridiculous, heinous, awful headlines for Daily Mail. And I don't know how she's still at that job, but I guess it fits their narrative. So of course she's going to retain the job. But I don't know whether that what she writes will still be called journalism. Anyway, she says she can skip the in the surf and launch a cookery book, but is the writing on the wall for the domestic duchess? Ma'am, the only thing on the wall is the reminder that Daily Mail should have been left behind in 2024. And I can't wait until the doors finally close on the Daily Mail. Hopefully that will be 2026 after the court case with Prince Harry. The article itself, the body of the article is just full of snark, hateful opinions disguised as news updates on Meghan's news show. It's dripping with the kind of venom that can only come from someone who Googles how to hate successfully every morning. Oh dear. But wait, there's more. The Daily Mail didn't stop there. They have written 11 pieces about Meghan in 24 hours. That's why you've got the thumbnail with that many headlines about Meghan in it right now. Because if you go onto their website, the news about Meghan's Netflix show has taken over their royal page. I mean, who needs tabloids when one woman's life can give them an entire career worth of content? Yeah, it seems like they don't need to write about anything else for this paper to be successful. And so when they have the slightest opportunity to write anything about Meghan, they just go to town. They make sure they write about every single thing, from analyzing the price of every item on the set as was shown in the trailer. Look at this. At home with Meghan, just not her home. Duchess rents $6.1 million reality TV mansion a stone's throw from her house. 15K cooker, 600-pound pans, 60-pound plates, 280-pound salad bowls, 5 million-pound home. They counted every single thing. Well, um, they have just been going on and on and on talking about that to rebranding Meghan as a housewife influencer. They mean to demean her by saying she's just a housewife influencer. But we all know that this is something that Meghan has always had the skill to do. And why not? Why shouldn't she do it? Anyway, they're pulling out all the stops. And as we all know, this isn't a rebrand. Meghan is doing exactly what she did with the TIG, right? The only people who can't see it are the ones still upset that they don't have access to her and can't control her. And instead of them begging for her to return to the UK, adjust their behavior, they are criticizing everything that she's doing in the hope that they will drive her and Harry out of business. And because no Daily Mail smear campaign will be complete without dragging out Meghan's estranged father. Here he comes giving interviews about his feelings of regret. Feelings of regret? Sir, you've had 5 years and a front row seat to your own bad behavior. Take several seats. And to make things even messier, the Daily Mail had the gall, the unmitigated gall, to attempt to rewrite the history of Meghan's relationship with her father in that article. I'm not even going to bore you with the details of the article, but it's because it's just too heinous an attempt to rewrite history. And then you've had the Jeremy Vine show. Okay. Now, I was not ready. I was not ready. Have you heard from about those two women who were busy defending Jeremy Vine? And he was busy looking like he had just swallowed a bee while he was listening to them. Let me get this up for you. Okay. Listen to this.
I'm going to be watching it. Brilliant. And I'm glad I got on because I am.
Gertrude in London, good afternoon.
I am certainly going to be watching it.
Brilliant.
And I'm glad I got on because I am so fed up with everybody bashing Meghan. She's a very, very clever woman. And she has been cooking since she was 11. Her mother was helping out in soup kitchens, and Meghan went with her. Mm-hmm. And they were cooking. And Meghan had also, before she was anybody, done voluntary work in 3 African countries, also cooking and doing all sorts of things.
No, I'm glad you said that.
When Grenfell fire happened, Meghan went down there and cooked with everybody. And Sadiq Khan was on LBC 2 years later. And he said, you've just been down there. And they were still talking about how she just mocked in.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember. Listen, thanks, Gertrude. That's a very good corrective. Hang on, I want to get Sharon in before we run out of time. Sharon in London, you pro this as well?
I am pro this, and I will be watching, and I will be supporting Meghan. I think that what we need to remember is that Meghan hasn't changed. Everybody else around her, including you in your program, has changed. You are very negative towards her, and I think that there are racial undertones regarding this. Before she married.
Gertrude in London, good afternoon.
Do you know what? I just love the first and the second woman because they were they just told him straight to his face, and the second woman was just like, you know what, you are very negative towards Meghan. You are very negative towards Meghan. And his face, can you see his face? He just looked like he had swallowed a bee. He just looked like he had swallowed a bee and they were buzzing around in his throat. Anyway, guys, we've got 163 people online with us at the moment. Before we continue, if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and drop a comment below. Help us get to 10K subscribers before the Prince Harry's upcoming trial this month. We are in talks with several UK charities who have said that they need us to get to 10K subscribers before they will collaborate with us. So Prince Harry push PR, which you know that they're going to be attacking him fiercely. So the goal is to see how many of those anti-media harassment and cyberbullying channels, Instagram accounts, we can get to speak up against media harassment during the trial. And they've said that they can't relate with me because I've only got 10K subscribers. So hit that subscribe button so that we can get them on board. And for all those who have been rocking with me from the beginning, you are the real MVPs. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's continue. So you know that if the UK is throwing shade, then the American branch of the British media are going to be joining their compadres in the UK to throw the shades. They're trying to see if they can make the hate train against Meghan become global. Enter Meghan McCain, who slammed Meghan's show as being out of touch and tone deaf. Can someone say irony? Irony. Meghan McCain is talking about out of touch and being tone deaf. Her whole life is the same thing, being out of touch, being an irony. And besides, what Meghan is offering is something called aspirational. Aspirational. I think she can spell it. And escapism. Everything doesn't have to be grim just because that's what's on your mind. Some of us actually like to look and aspire to a better life. And that's kind of what Meghan is offering. What does it serve her to just, okay, what do you want her to come out and say? It's either one of two things. You want her to go into hiding because everyone, including yourself, are bullying her, or you want her to only talk about war efforts or the wars and the grim things going on around the globe, which if she does, you will jump in and say, you're a member of the royal family. You shouldn't be talking about anything political, even if it is a humanitarian, even if she's speaking from a humanitarian effort. Now she's not speaking about any of that. And your angle to attack her is, oh, she's so out of touch. She is, and she is irrelevant. Why didn't they say that about Nigella Lawson or Martha Stewart or all the Food Network or all the other people who have had their lifestyle channels? Anyway, we all know what it is anyway. I have to keep reminding myself all the time, and I'm sure you guys have to do so too. But what's interesting about Meghan McCain is that before she joined the Daily Mail, do you know that she's a columnist for the Daily Mail now? She had said this in 2021. She referred to the monarchy as old, archaic, and deeply irrelevant. She says, I'd rather eat a muddy tire than watch Charles and Camilla. As soon as she joins the Daily Mail, what does she say? As soon as she joins the Daily Mail, what does she say? She begins to pile on the praise on Kate Middleton. The Sussex Squad Detective Agency uncovered receipts showing Meghan McCain's sudden love for Kate Middleton and glowing words about the monarchy. Sis, blink twice if they're holding your paycheck hostage. Because This sudden turnaround, the U-turn was so sharp, I'm sure she would have had whiplash, honestly. She has obviously sold her integrity in order to keep her job. You know, her situation reminds me of that um Eamon Holmes's co-host Isabella Webster, who got fired from GB News for being too liberal. You know, like Meghan McCain, she was already a Republican before she joined the Daily Mail, but obviously she wasn't right wing enough until she became a royalist. And she literally admits it in a post on I think it's on Twitter, where she says, um let me take you there. She says, absolutely slate. This is a photograph of Kate Middleton. This is Meghan McCain talking now. She says, absolutely slayed the house down. I love this. I love her. Congratulations on the coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla, to our friends across the pond and my wonderful colleagues who turned me into a royalist at Daily Mail. But still, USA, USA, USA. She has obviously sold her integrity. Honestly, this just proves that not all money is good money. Megan's fall for grace is epic. You know, it is epic, and one has to just wonder about her comments about Megan being out of touch. Imagine being okay with the royal family's golden carriages from the dark ages and calling someone cooking and tending to bees out of touch. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. To top it all off, Meghan McCain's own book. She wrote a book. Did you guys hear? I haven't spoken to anybody. I haven't seen anyone who even heard that Meghan McCain had written a book. But apparently she did. And no wonder she's bitter. She's bitter, bitter, bitter. Because the book only sold 242 copies in its first week. Honestly, Meghan McCain, we see you. You're just trying to promote yourself. But hey, thanks for the free press for Meghan's show. Thank you so much. Let's see. Before I continue, let's see. Before I continue, let me just look at your comments. Ben says, I love the sparky title, How to Hate Successfully Every Morning. How miserable can one be? Honestly, it is snarky title. Okay, got that. And Yalibi says, free publicity. These clowns are miserable punks. They are miserable, but I think we are past the point now where we think that these people are emotionally vested in this. Right now, they're just doing a job. Their job is to destroy any prospect of the show doing well, whether in the UK or America, globally, if they could. But they're focused on making sure that they reinforce any efforts of Meghan suddenly being viewed positively in the UK. So it's all bots, it's all black ops PR. It's not even the regular PR. PR is just you having someone guiding you, directing you, making sure that people are seeing your good deeds, you're meeting the right people, you are seen in a positive light, and you're building a good reputation. This is a special, the black ops side of PR is a special team designed to take down anybody's reputation and make sure that they cannot profit from anything in the general public. And It says if those prices are from the secret site sources, well, it's all big old lies. I don't care if the salad bowl is $10,000. That's our money, not the taxpayers' money. Also, well, I think that they're trying to say that the people she's talking to, the public, will not be able to afford, you know, afford the things she talks about on her show, the things that she uses on her show. Um, and that's why they're bringing up the prices. But the thing is, this is what I've always said, and I don't know whether enough people are giving this consideration. Rich people are people too, right? When, especially if you are just newly rich and you're looking for inspiration on how to decorate your house, like someone who you look up to, who you admire. Like when I want to go and when I'm thinking of, guys, before I continue, how many of you are willing to put up your hands and admit how much weight you put on over the Christmas break? When I think about the work I have to do to put up to get rid of the weight I put on, one person comes to mind and one person only, and that's Megan. When I think of where she was after she gave birth to Archie and where she is now, I know that she must have put in a lot of work. And so right now, when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking, you know how your mind's trying to convince you, no, don't go today, go tomorrow. And then I do a flashback. It's almost like a quick flash from what Megan was like before she slimmed down to where she is right now. And I say, and that's why I formulated my new logo for 2025. My catchphrase for 2025 is through the pain, through the discomfort, which means to me, like, it's very cold in the UK at the moment. So when I think about whether I'm going to go to the gym or not, one of the things that comes to mind is, oh, it's cold outside. And I don't work out outside, but I have to walk. I've got a gym in my building, so I have to walk to the gym. And that's the part that always gets me. Oh, it's so cold outside. And when I remember, I'm sure when I just look at the effort Megan must have made. I didn't see her obviously, but it takes a lot of work to lose the kind of weight she lost to look the way she looks now. And I just think to myself, do you know what? Through the discomfort, come on, get up. And I have to actually inspire myself that way. Anyway, so Megan is someone who is inspirational. She inspires me every single day, every day. And for those people who say that they don't get it, well, they're obviously lying. They're lying, and I'm sure that even some of those people who write negative articles about her, we've seen it before, haven't we? Where the people who write negative articles about her go ahead to copy her after they've just written something negative about her or a dress she's wearing or earrings she's wearing. Next thing you know, you see them with her hairstyle or the clothes that she's wearing. Anyway, rambling on, but uh Lona was saying product placement by companies that wish to associate with Megan's show, stoves, pans, etc., will bring Megan money. Absolutely. Meghan is in her season of joy. The British media are in their season of fear and desperation. Absolutely correct. Knowing their jobs are going down the drain with their failing employers. Absolutely. But you know what they say about people who are afraid, right? They're going to be fighting desperately. So, batten the hatches, as they say, and stand strong because, yeah, it's going to be a rough couple of weeks, but we're going to get through it, through the discomfort. Ben says her father said he was going to give no more interviews about her as he was a sick man. That was 2 interviews ago, and he's still going. I'm sure. In the article I just told you about, when I mentioned that he did an interview with that crazy woman, Caroline Graham. Yeah, he said he's packing off to somewhere in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, is what he said. So I'm sure that the check must have cleared, right? The check for his last interview must have cleared, and they finally let him off the hook, maybe. But if not, or if he runs out of money again, he will reach out to them and give another interview from Southeast Asia. Imagine being 80 years old and deciding that you're going to spend the rest of your days in Asia because you have no one to relate with in the country where you're from. That's really sad. That's really sad. Uh, Lorna says Vine is getting roasted like a roast chicken. Yes, those two ladies, they really roasted him. And Yulibi says Vine is becoming a dried vine on live TP. Did you also hear the way he quickly moved on to the next subject? Okay. Let's hear from the next person. And the other woman said, "You are negative. You are always negative about her." Um, Lorna says, "I'm wondering what McCain's adopted sister of color thinks about her. I'm sure they don't have a good relationship." And let them all go crazy. Megan is winning. God bless Megan and the cooking show. What they meant for evil, God meant for good. Amen, amen, amen. Isabella, right on point as usual. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. I'm looking forward to Megan's new show. Meghan McCain is a proven liar. Okay. Uh, Lorna says, bad news. The rump is coming your way in 2026 for a. Do you mean this year or next year? I think if you say 2026, that's about in how many days' time? I hope it's 2026. At least um for some reason there is some kind of election interference going on in the UK, but that's a whole nother video altogether. Okay, guys, let me go on. Meanwhile, over on Instagram, uh, Megan's being back on Instagram has put pressure on Will and Kate, who are making a run for their bots, and they have gone to top up their bot accounts. So, in the last 3 days, all of a sudden, they have acquired, let's see, 2,000 followers on the 1st of January, 7,000 on the 2nd of January, and another 2,000. That's almost 11,000 new followers. Since Megan has been on Instagram, they have bought 11,000 new followers. Can you see? Can you see? Well, it's good that they feel pressured, you know. But as we know, this is what I've been saying to you guys. And while it's good to remain positive and optimistic, for those who are interested in activism, I am addressing this to you. Let's not kid ourselves altogether. As we know, the attacks on Meghan and her Netflix show are part of a bigger PR game. This isn't about dislike or royal loyalty. It's about trying to bankrupt Harry and Meghan and force them out of their legal cases against the media. It's all about draining their resources, plain and simple. So I thought of something to do for this, apart from the UN petition, which I'm working on in the background. I thought of putting together a 30-day challenge to support Megan's show. Just a one action that we can take every day. But if we do it all together, then we can make the algorithm work for us instead of us reacting to what the British media or the American media talks about. Instead, we force them to react to what we are saying and we are doing. So my idea is that every day, if we just take a small action to amplify Meghan's message and fight back against the smear campaign, sort of something like joining Instagram. If you're you haven't joined already, sharing photos with the hashtag with love Meghan and flooding the internet with positivity. What do you guys think? If you think it's a good idea, drop your suggestions on other things that we can add to a list. So obviously we need 30 things to make up the 30-day challenge. So if you have things that you think we should do, suggest them. I will put it, collect all your suggestions into a list, and then we'll start taking them one by one. But I have to say, we have to have enough people involved in this. Don't just listen to me, get involved in it and do it. Um, and if I see enough people involved, if I see enough people giving suggestions, then we will do it. If I don't see anybody, if it's kind of like the what's it called? If it was kind of like the quiz, then I won't do it at all. I'll just leave it alone, because it won't be worth our effort. We just come on here every day and talk about what the media and everybody else is doing, and just leave the Sussexes to tackle the online harassment by themselves. Because the only way this can work is if we come together as a community to do it. If we are game for it, we can make 2025 the year we take control of the narrative instead of letting the media run wild with theirs. Um, I have reached out to some Sussex friendly channels, but I think the problem with reaching out and collaborating with other Sussex friendly channels is that everyone is so busy working on their own content. Is kind of, I find it very difficult to pierce and gain the attention or response of all the other channels. So one thing you can assist me to do is to mention, where if you attend other channels, to mention that I have suggested this, and for them to check their inboxes and get back to me. But yeah, this is something simple that we can do, sort of like Meghan's 40 by 40. If we do a 30-day challenge, sort of like one day, share 10 photographs of Meghan on Instagram, and the next day share 10 photographs of Prince Harry on Instagram, and we all use the hashtag with love Meghan. If there are up to 200 people doing the same thing, with love Meghan will be trending, and so that no matter how many negative articles they write, they will not be able to ignore the fact that with love Meghan is trending. Just something simple like that is what I am thinking about. Nothing crazy, nothing, not requiring you to go to any of the hate channels to go and argue with someone. If we just ignore them and do our own thing, they will even be forced to report about what we are doing in the papers, because they will not be able to ignore it if we just seize hold of the narrative. But it all depends on you guys. If you are supportive of it and you are game, that's fine. There are over 60,000 of us in this community. If we all came together to do this simple thing, we would show them that they are not as strong as they think that they are, and we will completely break them. But coming together is the thing. Coming together is the thing. Oh. Anyway, if we all chip in, we could be making history, not just for Harry and Meghan, but for all of us tired of the negativity. So, guys, what are you waiting for? Leave if you think it's a great idea, let me know in the comments. Also, if you think it's a great idea, and you have any suggestions of something you would like us to do in the 30-day challenge, leave your suggestions in the comments as well. And the last thing is, when you go to the other channels, let them know that we're trying to do this. Mention all the other channels, as many as you can, in the comment section, in the chat, so that they are made aware. We have lost a little bit of the activism factor of what we're doing as a Sussex squad. And the last thing I wanted to say is, you know how a lot of us had to leave Twitter and we went to Blue Sky? And I found out that Blue Sky, although it's great, yeah, it's toxic free, but it had the effect of scattering all the Sussex squad. So it's like we can hardly find each other nowadays to in order for us to continue our discussions. Meanwhile, Blue Sky doesn't have all the features of Twitter. So I would say that if you have gone off to Blue Sky, I think for the month of January, can you come back? Can you come back to Twitter? Because there's nothing happening there that wasn't happening before. Honestly, there is really no difference. Come back to Twitter so that the numbers in the community can come back up again. I feel like someone spread that rumor so that they can disband the Sussex squad because we were becoming too much of a force to reckon with. But I haven't seen anything happening on Twitter in recent times that was not happening before. Or the only difference that I have seen is that a lot of the people that left Twitter because of the rumor that was going around now means that we have less hands on deck to deal with the pushback from the haters. So have a think about it and let me know what you think. Um, Let me have a look at the comments one last time before I go. Lottie, I don't think Meghan and McCain, her brother, are close either. Remember, he became a Democrat. Benjamin, on Meghan father's interview, that's precisely the reason she won't ever get close to him again. He continues to sell Meghan out time and time again. Yep. Let me see. Dana Shekel says, great idea, Wizzy. I'm only on IG and will do everything that I can to help. I will never be on Twitter because Musk is a race horse. People left Twitter because of Musk's policies. Yeah, but I get that, but it resulted in a situation where there is no central meeting place for the Sussex squad anymore. So they effectively disbanded us without actually having to do anything. So, but that's fine. Everybody don't need to be on Twitter. But if you were on Twitter before and you're already immune, then come back on, because bad things happen when good men stay silent. Or how does the saying go? Anyway, all right, folks, that's all I have for today's deep dive. Remember that this fight isn't just about Harry and Meghan, it's about holding the media accountable. If you liked this video, hit that like button, share it with your friends. I saw an article about William and Kate being sorry that their nanny's stepson was on a live recently. So I was just going to say, share it with your neighbor's cousin's stepson. Sorry, I'm just being silly. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Stevie Rose says, congrats on reaching 5K subscribers. Whoop whoop. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will speak to you again next time. Take care. Bye.